The 3 worst and 4 best Harley-Davidson motorcycle engines to ride forever will devastate you because some of Milwaukee's most iconic, legendary machines are concealing catastrophic design failures that'll bankrupt you while obliterating your riding dreams and leaving you stranded on desolate highways. However, hidden within Harley's glorious century-plus legacy are indestructible, battle-tested power plants that conquer 300,000 punishing miles without breaking a sweat. And the game-changing difference between selecting a wallet-draining nightmare and uncovering your ultimate forever ride comes down to knowing precisely which sacred engine codes to worship and which cursed ones to flee from like your life depends on it. Number 5 has a secret that Harley tried desperately to bury, but the data doesn't lie, and I got the receipts to prove it. The worst. Number 7. Twin cam 8896 with spring-loaded tensioners. Score 4 out of 10. You're looking at Harley's most catastrophic modern failure. The early twin-cam 88 and 96 engines should have ushered Harley into a golden era, but instead created a nightmare that destroyed owner confidence. This engine suffered from catastrophic cam chain tensioner failure. And we're not discussing gradual wear, we're discussing sudden engine death without warning that leaves you pushing your bike home. The root cause for you was plastic cam tensioner shoes that disintegrated under heat and friction, sending shrapnel through your oil system to clog the oil pump and starve your engine. You'd be cruising confidently, then suddenly hear the death rattle as metal-on-metal contact destroyed your cams and potentially your entire engine. Here's the controversy. Owner reports show these tensioners commonly failed between 15 to 30,000 miles. The real betrayal for you is that Harley knew about this design flaw, but initially refused to issue a recall. Many riders converted to gear-driven cams or upgraded to hydraulic tensioners, but you're looking at $3,000 to $5,000 to fix what should have been right from the factory. If you find an early twin cam with original spring-loaded tensioners, you're gambling with catastrophic failure every ride. Known weakness: cam chain tensioner shoes means you're riding a time bomb. Critical maintenance: replacing tensioners with hydraulic upgrades every 25,000 miles protects your engine. Wait until you see the oil consumption numbers on number 6 that Harley actually documented in their owner's manuals. Number 6, the Shovelhead engine. Score 4.5 out of 10. This one destroys enthusiasts emotionally because the Shovelhead became a cultural icon, but you're dealing with an AMF-era disaster that'll test every ounce of your patience. The Shovelhead engine, particularly from the dark AMF ownership years, had oil leak issues so legendary that bikers joked Harleys marked their parking spots with puddles. You're getting inadequate cooling fins that caused chronic overheating, oil pooling in your cylinder heads that leaked past valve guides, and loose manufacturing tolerances that made oil consumption a nightmare. Here's what Harley actually admitted. Their factory service manuals specified normal oil consumption for you at 1 quart every 250 to 500 miles. The real scandal was AMF's cost-cutting that slashed workforce and quality control, creating motorcycles that literally leaked oil on showroom floors before customers purchased them. The electronic ignition, introduced in '79, was so unreliable that owners immediately swapped back to old points ignition. Low-octane unleaded fuel destroyed your non-hardened valve seats and caused detonation that accelerated wear. What barely saves this engine from ranking lower is that the core design was solid when built directly, and many Shovelheads have survived past 100,000 miles when obsessively maintained. Known weakness: oil leaks from every gasket means you're leaving your mark everywhere, and excessive consumption means you're carrying spare quarts. Critical maintenance: replacing paper gaskets with modern metal wafer gaskets, frequent oil changes, and external oil coolers. Coming up at number 4, the engine that touring riders actually choose when spending their own money for cross-country trips. Number 5, the Ironhead Sportster. Score 5 out of 10. Here's one that destroys the Sportster mystique. The Ironhead Sportster from the mid to late 70s was supposed to give you affordable Harley ownership, but instead, you got a bike that mechanics openly call the worst thing Milwaukee ever produced. This engine suffered from frame cracks, cracked engine cases, weak transmission that couldn't handle enthusiastic riding, generator electrical systems from the 1930s, and vibration so severe that components literally shook themselves apart. You're looking at top-end rebuilds needed every 25 to 40,000 miles at best. Here's the data Harley never publicized. The 1973 models had such severe rear frame junction failures that Harley issued a running production change mid-year, but thousands of defective frames were already sold to you. The real problem was that these bikes attracted first-time buyers who couldn't afford big twins, leading to poor maintenance that compounded the inherent design flaws. Forums are filled with stories from riders who couldn't complete 200-mile trips without stopping to tighten bolts that vibrated free. The transmission was notoriously weak, clutches burned out regularly, and the generator charging system was so unreliable that modern alternator conversions became mandatory upgrades costing you hundreds. What saves this engine is that Ironheads were actually fast for their era and have become collectible. But you need deep mechanical skills and deeper pockets. Known weaknesses: frame cracks, weak transmission, and generator failures. Critical maintenance, frame inspection and reinforcement, gentle shifting, and alternator conversion. The number one engine has actual documented cases exceeding 400,000 miles without catastrophic failure. The best. Number 4. The Twin Cam 103B with hydraulic tensioners. Score 8 out of 10. Now you're entering territory where Harley finally got their act together. The later Twin Cam 103 with hydraulic tensioners gave you everything the early models should have delivered: reliability, power, and peace of mind. You're getting hydraulic cam chain tensioners that eliminated the catastrophic failure mode haunting early models, stronger crankcases that reduced oil leaks, improved cooling systems that prevented overheating, and genuine durability you can trust. Real-world examples are reporting 150,000 miles routinely without major work, and some police fleet bikes exceeded 200,000 miles before retirement. Here's the controversy. Classic Harley purists claim these engines lost the soul of earlier motors, but actual shop records show these engines experienced significantly fewer catastrophic failures than earlier twin-cam variants. The engine featured proper oiling, better heat management, and the 103 cubic inch displacement gave you ample torque for touring without stressing intervals. You're getting Project Rushmore improvements that added better cooling systems, integrated technology that modernized your riding experience, and reinforcements that extended engine life significantly. The transmission shifts smoothly, the clutch holds power reliably, and the engine produces that signature Harley rumble without the reliability penalties. What costs this engine the top 3 spot is that it's not quite as bulletproof as what's coming, and some examples still experience minor oil leaks and heat issues under extreme conditions. Known weakness: some oil seeping from gaskets and heat on your legs during summer. Critical maintenance: oil changes every 5,000 miles, cooling system service, and hydraulic tensioner inspection every 50,000 miles. Number 2 uses technology borrowed from a German sports car company, and that's exactly why you'll love it. Number 3, the Evolution 1340 Evo Big Twin. Score 8.5 out of 10. Here's where enthusiasts lose their minds. But this benefits you directly. The Evolution 1340 engine is Harley's most beloved power plant for excellent reasons that protect your investment. The air-cooled V-twin was built specifically to save Harley-Davidson from bankruptcy, and you're getting engineering that prioritized reliability and owner satisfaction above everything else. This 80 cubic inch beauty featured aluminum cylinder heads that improved heat dissipation, better oiling systems, lower maintenance requirements, and a design so solid that well-maintained examples routinely exceeded 100,000 miles. Here's what industry surveys revealed. Motorcycle Consumer News reliability data shows Evolution engines receiving strong reliability ratings that exceed most competitor offerings from the era. You're looking at enthusiasts regularly reporting 150,000 miles without major work required, and some touring riders have documented 200,000 miles on original engines. The engine featured conservative tuning that never overstressed components, simple maintenance you could actually perform yourself, and parts availability that remains excellent decades later. You're getting the engine that literally saved Harley-Davidson from extinction and proved to skeptical riders that American V-twins could match Japanese reliability. What makes this engine special is the combination of bulletproof dependability, straightforward maintenance, classic Harley sound, and proven longevity backed by decades of real-world data. The only reason it doesn't rank higher is that it's air-cooled technology from the 80s that runs hotter than modern liquid-cooled designs and doesn't produce the power you might want for modern highway speeds with a passenger. Known weakness: running hot in traffic and moderate power output. Critical maintenance: oil changes every 3,000 miles, regular valve adjustments, and quality oil. Subscribe now, because next month I'm exposing the dealer tricks that cost Harley owners thousands in unnecessary repairs. Number 2. The Revolution Max 1250 V-Twin. Score: 9 out of 10. This is controversial because adventure bike purists claim it's not a real Harley. But facts crush feelings, and you deserve performance that actually works. The Revolution Max 1250 engine in the Pan America represents Harley's most advanced engineering ever created, and the specifications speak for themselves. You're getting a liquid-cooled, dual overhead cam, 60-degree V-twin that produces 150 horsepower, all while maintaining Harley's commitment to reliability. This engine runs at significantly higher RPMs than traditional Harleys, peaks its power delivery in ranges you'll actually use, and features technology that ensures longevity. Here's the data that silences critics. Early owner reports through 75,000 miles show remarkably few engine-related problems, while traditional Sportster engines historically experienced higher failure rates by equivalent mileage. You're looking at lightweight internals that reduce stress on bearings, advanced oiling systems that protect components under extreme conditions, and sophisticated engine management that optimizes performance and build quality that rivals European sport bikes. The engine featured variable valve timing that broadens power delivery, integrated counterbalancers that smooth vibration to levels unimaginable in traditional Harleys, and cooling efficiency that prevents overheating even during extreme off-road abuse. Real-world owners are reporting 50,000 miles with minimal issues beyond routine maintenance, and the engine shows excellent wear characteristics. The transmission shifts precisely, clutch engagement smooth, and the engine produces satisfying sound without sacrificing refinement. What keeps this from the top spot is simply age. It's too new to have decades of longevity data. Known weakness: lacks traditional Harley sound and higher service costs. Critical maintenance: oil changes every 80,000 miles, valve inspection every 16,000 miles, and cooling system maintenance. Number 1. The Milwaukee-Eight. 107, 114, 117. Score: 10 out of 10. You're staring at the undisputed king of Harley reliability, and this isn't even remotely close. Harley's Milwaukee-Eight engine family represents everything the motor company learned from a century of building V-twins, and you're getting engineering perfection that refuses to fail. The Milwaukee-Eight features 4 valves per cylinder, giving you 50% more airflow than twin-cam engines. Single-cam design that simplified maintenance requirements, precision counterbalancers that Harley claims reduced vibration by 75%, and components engineered for longevity that'll outlast your riding career. You're getting real-world touring riders reporting 150,000 miles with minimal concerns, and early police fleets are approaching 200,000 miles on original engines with basic maintenance. Here's the truth. Motorcycle consumer news surveys show Milwaukee-Eight engines achieving 92% reliability ratings, significantly exceeding Evolution engines and crushing most competitor big twins. The engine featured liquid-cooled cylinder heads that eliminated the overheating plaguing air-cooled designs, improved fuel injection that delivers consistent power, and exhaust routing that moved heat away from your legs. You're looking at approximately 10% more torque than twin-cam engines, smoother power delivery that makes touring effortless, and refinement that rivals luxury automobiles while maintaining authentic Harley character. The transmission shifts butter smooth, the hydraulic clutch eliminates cable maintenance, and the engine produces satisfying rumble without harsh vibration punishing your body. The hydraulic lifters automatically maintain clearances, the single-cam design reduces maintenance complexity, and precision engineering ensures components wear evenly over hundreds of thousands of miles. This engine earns its championship through combining traditional Harley character with modern reliability and complete elimination of catastrophic failure modes that destroyed earlier engines. Known weakness: higher initial cost and complexity. Critical maintenance: oil changes every 5,000 miles, primary fluid changes, and coolant replacement every 2 years. The pattern screams at you when examining these rankings. The worst engines rushed cost-cutting and ignored testing, while the best engines prioritized your long-term satisfaction over quarterly profits. And that fundamental philosophy determines whether you're riding or pushing. These engines prove that Milwaukee can build bulletproof power plants when they commit to quality, but they've also shown they'll sacrifice your reliability for short-term savings when accountants overrule engineers. Smash that subscribe button because we expose the technical truths, saving you thousands in repair costs that dealers don't want you knowing. Drop your engine code and actual mileage right now, because I'm compiling real-world data that crushes marketing lies.